Me and Boris were busy doing things
In an
with
erection, yeah.
yeah, with his magnificent erection. The first time he showed me was when it was still in a scaffolding form. It was still sort of skeletal,
Hmm.
but it was fully formed. He said he was going to give me a button so I could I could raise his erection at the press of a button. Um,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to some Partners in Grind. We are back, and Sal's Go Faster ship is really fast. She just takes off like a bat out of hell. We started from zero beside each other, and she's going.
and I just spotted this thing here, which I'm curious over.
With the weird-looking asteroid right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Make sure you're looking at the same thing as
It
me.
looks like two chain links or something. I don't think there's
Oh,
anything
yeah.
useful on it, but yeah, it's just a bizarre shape.
See, it's funny how they get generated, huh?
Hmm.
Oh, there's cobalt in it.
Oh, that's nice.
Gold.
You want to pick some up?
Why, I guess why not?
Hmm. There's something shiny over here.
Okay, well, cobalt is 40 meters. I don't want to make the mistake I made last time and like have to like drill through the entire asteroid to find out it's on the other side of it. So I'm gonna go around and see if it's over here. So there was a story that we said we were gonna tell at the beginning of this one. That's all I remember. Do you remember anything more than that?
I do because because then Mia asked me what my story was, and I told it,
Cobalt.
and I've kept that in the episode, so you don't know what the story is, but all my viewers do.
So does that mean that we're not telling the story because you've already told
I've
it?
already told it.
Oh, but my viewers didn't get to hear it. That's cheaty. Oops.
It was the. This is definitely not just stone. Look at that. It's got a funny texture to it. What is it? It was the story about Boris applying artistic talent to my words when he was telling you what I'd said in TeamSpeak.
Oh, right. That's right. I remember that. Of course, my viewers still don't know what we're
Still
talking
don't know
about.
what we're talking about.
I remember it being hilarious, but I actually don't remember exactly what we were saying anymore.
Do you want me to tell? Because it is only a quick story.
Yeah, sure, go nuts.
Yeah. So I had asked you if you would pop into TeamSpeak with me to help me test my volumes because I've been having a things just weren't quite right with the volumes of the different TeamSpeak channels and things. So I just needed to do a little bit of technical testing, and I put that message in Skype, and you'd said sure, I'll be there in a minute, and I went into hang on one second, just switch off half my thrusters. So I went into TeamSpeak and Boris was there, but he was muted. So I thought I'd best just let him know why I was loitering. So I'm just waiting for Anubiz to turn up to test my volumes.
I'm
Uh,
right here.
and um, and then it turns out that Boris, completely unbeknown to me, went into Skype and put the message, get into fucking TeamSpeak in capital letters. And then,
Oh, your ship's denied to me.
oh, oh, it might just be the connector because I've recently replaced it.
Oh,
Hang on, control.
I need some stuff, sorry.
We've only just set off. Hang on. Oh yeah, there is. There we go. Share with all. You got what you need?
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm making a on-the-fly retrofit to my ship.
Right. Boris had then said, uh, not my words. Sal said it. Her words exactly. Or something like that.
Yep.
And then you'd said that it was very different to what I'd said to you, and you quoted me saying, please pop into TeamSpeak to help me test my volumes. And the thing was is that you completely fell for it. You assumed that I
Yep.
had said that exactly that to Boris, and that he was quoting me word for word. Uh-oh, I think I've just broken the... Have I just snapped a drill? Yeah, I just snapped a drill. One sec. It's been a little while since I did that. Yeah, and that was where we realised just how gullible you are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which is funny and useful.
Yes, exactly. I like to think of it as I just assume the best in people, and that they always tell the truth. All right.
No,
I'm adding lights all around my ship so that it's not dark.
very good.
So I'm really conscious of that now that I've switched to DX 11.
Mm.
I don't think I've mentioned that on this series yet. So yeah, if you guys have noticed a difference, I am now playing in DX 11 as opposed to DirectX 9. And so far the comments have been that I've received so far have been positive. They like it.
Oh,
They
good.
like the look of it.
Hmm.
I just do need to be conscious of the darkness, right? So I need to make sure that I'm always lighting up the way.
Yeah.
Oh, did that not do what I think it did?
Oh, I've got quite a few drills that were not in the group. That must be why they snapped actually. Oh, I did repairs to it, didn't I? I've probably forgotten to put them back on. Right, I've got lights too. Might as well use them, it makes it look pretty. I'm not that keen at the moment. I'm sure I'll grow to like DirectX 11, but for the moment, not. It's not doing it for me.
No,
So I'm.
I like the look of it. I really do. I think it looks really good, but it's the shadows, right?
Mm,
That and if I wasn't playing YouTube, I would never even think twice about it. But
mm,
since I'm on YouTube, I'm really conscious of how dark this game is, and that add-on just basically made it like tons darker than it already was, and it was already a dark game.
yeah,
Not dark as in scary, it's dark as in
yeah.
light.
Just light and dark indeed.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit of cobalt over here.
Very good. I'm getting gold. I seem to
What?
remember we didn't have a huge amount of gold back at mine and Boris's place.
Whoop. Yeah, so you're grabbing the gold.
Indeed. So something that Boris did mention to me was every time we mine a brand new asteroid, we do make the world a little bit bigger.
Oh, that is, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he
Because
mentioned it.
go ahead.
He mentioned it so gently. It was like he didn't. It was almost like he didn't want to say anything, but it was kind of topical to the discussion we were having at the time.
Uh, uh, I wonder if we should change our strategy.
Um,
Fully
well,
mine every asteroid that we've already marked.
mm, Well, the one that I want to take you to today, anyway, is one I've most certainly marked.
Thinking of that, I need to put a coordinate here. What was on this asteroid? It was cobalt.
Gold. There's iron. I don't know what else we got here.
Thought I saw something else. Maybe it's just cobalt and gold, though. Could have been. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. The way the game works is that the asteroids are completely generated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until you actually mine them, and then they are physically there
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, we were
We just
we were talking about the longevity of multiplayer games in Space Engineers um, and other games like Minecraft and stuff like that, but particularly this.
right. Yeah, and we're actively making it worse.
But we're collecting necessary resources at the moment, so I don't think we would have mined this much anyway, I think.
Yeah, but we do kind of like mine a little bit of one and then move on to another and get the same resources on another one. Yeah, but in the beginning it was actually just trying to find the platinum,
Yeah,
and now that's not a problem.
yeah. Are you okay for platinum?
Well, if I'm not, I know where to go. I mined the whole ears out last time, right? So
Yep.
yeah, we did that on this show, right? So
Yeah,
people know what
yeah.
we're talking about. Yeah, yeah, the Anubis roid,
Mhm. Indeed.
full
Yeah,
of
yeah.
platinum.
So because we that was almost a two-part series because we did the first half where I took you out there, and then the um, the second one was where I was talking about my fear of dinosaurs, and
Yes,
you were
that's
talking
right.
about snakes, and poor Mia, we sent him away with nightmares.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder how many other people found that episode a little bit disturbing.
Yeah. There's been a
Uh,
lot of suggestions about what games I might play that involve me being chased by dinosaurs
by
since,
dinosaurs.
yeah, seems people are quite fascinated with the idea of scaring me.
Oh, that's too
That's
funny.
that's how I ended up playing the forest with you guys I seem to remember there was some sort of discussion about me being bad for jump scares and how I wasn't playing any horror games. And I'm sure I was having this discussion with Boris, and then before I know it, I was in the forest.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Mm.
Are you broken? Drill, spotlight. I have a spotlight like facing forward, but I'm not getting any light from it. I must have it off. Bet you I have it off.
Probably. Like
I
your
thought maybe it
reactor.
was broken. Spot.
That was so funny when I was watching your video where you forgot to switch
Yeah.
your
Oh.
reactor on. That was hilarious.
Yes.
It was like, oh, brilliant. King of the derps.
Oops. And when I watched it back afterwards,
Uh-huh.
I actually like, and I think I pointed it out right in the
Yeah.
video, but I actually looked right, like it was the first thing I checked. It's like, yep, it's on, but it
It
wasn't.
wasn't.
And I guess I assumed it must have been on, so I glazed over it,
Yeah.
and it's funny how you can do that, huh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Where
But it
is
was that while you were making that video, of course, me and Boris were busy doing things
an
with
erection? Yeah.
yeah, with his magnificent erection. But I mean, you missed the rudest of the stuff because we didn't really we weren't hamming it up for the cameras until I think Boris mentioned the fact that you were recording, and then we just kind of carried it on there. But the rudest had passed. It really had. It
Yeah.
started when Boris decided to demonstrate to me the thing that we were going to weld. So so before I started welding, he just wanted to show me sort of the mechanisms and how it moved and stuff. I assumed so that I didn't break anything while I was welding, and it was just one of
He was just
those.
showing.
Yeah, he was showing off, and um, and it was just loaned itself to every pun.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, if you guys want to know what we're talking about, actually, there was an episode that Sal, Boris, and Minty, welcome Minty,
Hmm.
uh, recorded together as their welcome episode. And yeah, you can check that out where
Yeah,
they
yeah.
he actually demonstrates it in that video too for you guys. So
Yeah, it was in a pretty poor shape at that point because the first time he showed me his magnificent erection was when it was still in a scaffolding form. It was still sort of skeletal, but
mhm.
it was fully formed. And then, oh, he snapped it.
No,
Bit
it's
rough
just
with
it's
it and it
funny
broke.
when you know that the jokes that were being made
Oh God,
and
yeah.
every word that you say, even though it's actually quite accurate in
Yeah,
describing what's happening, your mind can't stop but
but put all the pictures
replace
in there.
things with the inappropriate.
Yeah. And so we ground it down and rebuilt it. And then he managed to open his doors the wrong way round. So he sort of he he raised his erection before he'd opened the sheath. Um, and so it all kind of crashed against itself. So by the time when we went to do the recording with Minty, it was missing its end, and it was all of yeah, its shape wasn't properly formed and stuff like that. So it was a poor example in the Minty episode. But I think when Boris puts out his next episode, I haven't looked at. He said he was going to give me a button so I could raise his erection at the press of a button. Um, but I haven't looked to see whether or not there's a button there yet. I didn't want to do that on camera because he's done quite a bit of work, so I don't want to put any
So
spoilers out.
so you're saying that he's literally showing you how to push his buttons?
He is literally giving me buttons to push. Oh dear. You just don't expect anything less, though.
No, it's a good group.
It is. Oh, and speaking of good group, I did a podcast with it was Hatchet and Lacarthian and Nordic.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
and I got on one as well. You know how I do. Every so now and then, I sort of my words get running, and my brain sort of tries to keep up. Um, yeah, yeah, all these words started coming out of my mouth. It was amazing. Um, and my head was sort of running after them, thinking, "What am I saying? What am I saying?" I like it, but I don't know where it's coming from. And it was a shame because it would have been a nice story for Mia as well when we were trying to think of happy stories. And yeah, this dates back to oh, years ago. Somebody had said to me, "Show me your friends, and I'll know who you are." And
I've heard
I
that saying before.
yeah, I've I've read it somewhere because I googled
Yeah,
it, some time ago. Um, Show me your
sounds
friends, and
familiar.
I'll know who you are. And I hadn't heard that at the time, and I found it a little bit offensive because I was like, how dare anybody judge me on somebody else? Yeah, I am me, and I am nobody else, and that doesn't. And I was quite aggrieved by the thought that I'd be judged by other people. Um,
Yeah.
but at the time, when I sort of considered who my friends actually were, I didn't mind so much, and the thought about that came to mind while I was in the podcast because we were talking about how I joined the NID and all that sort of thing, and yeah, it all just started coming out. I was saying about how like when I look at who my friends are on the NID server, I'm so proud and I'm so privileged to call these people my friends, because if I am judged by these people, then I'm being overestimated as to who I am. And I got onto this right speech. I was properly on my soapbox. It's like,
funny.
you may judge me by these people who I call my friends in the NID because I'm so
Yeah.
proud.
Well, definitely the people you choose to hang out with definitely says something about your own personality, right? And what you
Yeah.
value as a person.
hmm
But equally, if not more, I think the people you choose to avoid and the reasons why you choose to avoid them
Mm. Mm.
are also says a lot about your personality, right? Like the people you don't want to hang around with
Yeah.
and why, right?
hmm
But both speak volumes. Just knowing friends doesn't tell, like it tells you lots, but it doesn't tell you everything. You need to know the ones you don't, the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that you don't like as well, right?
hmm
That gives you a better picture.
Yeah, because for me, I struggle terribly. I think I mentioned this to somebody somewhere on another episode, somewhere far, far away. I just can't remember who, where, what, or when.
Yeah.
That the only thing I struggle with is bigotry, bigotry and
Yeah.
intolerance, because I've got so many friends of so many colours and nationalities, and it's yeah, any characteristic that you can think of, I have at least a close acquaintance with, whether it's a disability or a particular sexuality or genders and everything. I've got, so even Apple, when he was talking about, he was being dismissive of Argentinians, which, he's armed forces, he's got a particular cause, to have a particular attitude. But I was thinking, well, I used to live in South America and I know Argentinians and they are not all the same. So it's like
Yeah.
when he was insulting Argentinians, he's insulting people I know. And I'm
Yeah.
yeah. And so I do struggle with, because if somebody insults somebody, then I immediately think of the person who is closest to that description. I think, no, you will not insult my friends. I get very irate about people insulting my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing that I've always found is that generally a bad idea is just sweeping generalizations, right?
Yeah,
Like applying a specific, like something very specific to a large group of people based on a limited knowledge, or like, meeting one or two people that happen to have those traits from
yeah.
a whatever, right?
hmm
Just like, yeah, sweeping generalizations, that's what causes trouble and wars and all of that
hmm
jazz. So
Indeed.
in large part, obviously, there's other reasons for
hmm
bad things to happen, but misunderstandings and miscommunications is a huge reason for any kind of disgruntledness.
Indeed. Yeah, if only they could all just learn to laugh and call each other a troll.
Yes. Yeah, I'm quite proud of my trolliness.
Yeah. Oh, your trolliness is fun. But it's because it's largely benign,
Well, yeah, and
not
that's how
malicious
I
in
do.
nature.
That's how I roll.
hmm
We are over in time,
Oh,
so we gotta
gosh.
stop.
Okay.
Yep. So, hope you enjoyed.
Bye.
Bye.
I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my hands. I can feel it in my chest. We're the ones who understand. You could see it in our eyes. You sit right next to my soul. When you stand